He probably should lose his job over this, but, you know, and I don't know. It's just, and they haven't been doing that well this year on top of it, so I don't, you know.
Why do you think he should lose his job?
I mean, that's dumb. That's so dumb to lie to the NCAA about something like that. And, I mean, he's a good coach, don't get me wrong. He turned Tennessee basketball around, but I feel like now, like, they're not doing so hot. They have all the talent in the world. And they're just like, you know, they're really inconsistent, and I don't know, I just think it's about his time.
UConn, their coach got punished yesterday, and they didn't get banned from the tournament, which I like, because, you know, we're supposed to follow a similar punishment to them. I think that it's kind of being blown out of proportion. I'm worried that we're going to have to get rid of Bruce Pearl, because UConn's assistant coach, the one who had committed the major violations and misled the NCAA, he got fired. But the university's standing behind Bruce, and I support Bruce.
As a city, I think we need to weigh our risks versus benefits of what the actual infraction was versus the damages to the program. I know lots of people think he ought to be fired. Some people want to support him 100%. I think it was wrong, and I think he served his time. And you know, I don't think he should be punished twice.
I've heard they could suspend him for the whole year next year, and I hope that doesn't happen. And I don't think he deserves the whole year, but I heard that they could possibly suspend him for a year. I guess that'd be the worst.
I would expect for the university to let him go if that happened, probably, because if he's going to be suspended for a year, we might just want to minimize losses. And
I think he needs to pay his punishment and go on down the line. But I mean, you know, whether is it, are you better off taking millions of dollars away from him, or are you better off making him sit out? Or, I mean, you know, who can answer that truthfully? You know,
I really hope they don't make an example out of Tennessee, but I could see it happening. I mean, the NCAA has always been a little kinder to schools like Ohio State, and I don't know, but other schools like Auburn and the SEC have seemed to, the NCAA hasn't seemed to come down on them too hard on anything, and there's always lots of recruiting violations. I don't think that Tennessee will be made an example out of. I don't think this is going to be as bad as everyone thinks it is. So.
We've been pretty good throughout the years. We've not caused a lot of problems, so I think they might be a little lenient, but you know, I don't think they'll hold back that much.
I guess we're all held accountable for our own actions, and you have to be responsible for, you know, what you do and what you say. And it's unfortunate that, you know, a great coach like himself is going to have to pay for this. But I think that, you know, like any other great university, if you do something wrong, you're going to have to pay for it. So it's too bad.
That's the last thing Tennessee needed after, you know, all the Lane Kiffin stuff, all the football players getting in fights in the bars and stuff like that. I mean, Tennessee athletics hasn't exactly had a good reputation the last year and a half, so it reflects really badly upon the university.
I think, though, you can't really put the whole university under the assumption of what one person does. Yeah, it has an effect on what everybody does, but there's so much good things that are going on in this campus, and so many good students and faculty members that are doing great things to improve our image, that it shouldn't be overshadowed by one mistake that one person in one part of the campus does.